Hello, welcome back to Beautiful You. Thank you so much for being here. I have a quote that I got off of Pinterest today or recently that I know it doesn't apply to everybody, but I think it's really worth listening to. It's for single people, but even if you're not single, I think it's really worth listening to. So I hope that you will continue listening, and maybe you know somebody that you could pass it along to, pass this video along to by sharing. So, single isn't a status, it's a word that describes a person who is strong enough to enjoy life without depending on the wrong people. I think that is awesome. Being single it can be really hard. You get really lonely and life is hard as it is, and trying to do life without a partner, it really can be, it can be just frustrating and difficult. And so oftentimes I think, myself included, when we are single, we just jump into relationships without taking enough time to remain single. There are so many important things about being single that it's just an excellent time to really focus on yourself, focus on what you want. And when you do things like that, when you focus on what it is that you want and work on your own self improvement, you end up raising the bar, raising the standards to which you hold others, which is important because when you do end up getting back into a relationship with somebody, if you do, then you want to have a high standard for that person. You want to make sure that they're really someone that you want. I had a couple of years of counseling. I think counseling is one of the best things that we could ever have, and I think that there's not one person in the world that wouldn't benefit from counseling. Even ongoing, I would love to go back and get some more, but oh, I love thunder. Um, but anyways, when I was doing my counseling, one of the things my counselor said to me, and this was because I am a recovering people pleaser, which is a lot about ego. It is much more about ego, your own ego needing to be stroked. It's more about that than really anything else. But it's also about approval. But it's there's just nothing good about people pleasing. And as I've said in the past, when you work to please others, you end up pleasing no one. You don't please yourself or others. But anyways, what my counselor told me one time, she said, write down a list of everything that you want in a person. So I had a list. It went on for a long time, and it ended up having 109 things on it. And I put everything on there, and it was very helpful in helping me find somebody that was much more aligned with who I want and who would treat me well, because I had all kinds of things on there, like how I wanted them to treat me, what I wanted them to think about my family, how I wanted that person to interact with my family and my family with that person. So it made me find somebody that would be able to fulfill a lot of those needs. And I just think that's a great exercise, and you really get to know yourself that way too. But anyways, if you're single, I want you to not think of it as a negative. It's not a negative. It's actually a positive. It takes a lot of courage to be single and to not just give in to the next guy that comes around or the next girl that comes around. So I admire you. You're an inspiration if you're single. And one more time, the quote that I got off of Pinterest: single is not a status. It's a word that describes a person who is strong enough to enjoy life without depending on the wrong people. You are beautiful, you, as you are, and you don't need anybody else to make you beautiful. You are beautiful, you, all on your own. Please like, share, and subscribe. And come back soon.